Good day, I'm Samantha Allen and this is your JIS News for Thursday, April 18. Having opened the 2013-2014 budget debate in Parliament on Thursday, Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips is now heading to Washington, D.C. to continue formal discussions with critical stakeholders on the government's macroeconomic plans. Dr. Phillips will lead a delegation to the 2013 spring meetings of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank Group from April 19 to 22. BOJ Governor Brian Winter, Technical Advisor to the Minister Helen McIntosh, and Deputy Financial Secretary Darlene Morrison are part of the team. The Ministry of Health is to convene an inter-ministerial meeting to examine the next steps in the wake of reports of contaminated toilet tissue in the public domain. Representatives of the Ministry, the Bureau of Standards, Consumer Affairs Commission and Jamaica Customs are to examine all available information and recommend specific action. In the meantime, BSJ Chairman Dr. Winston Davidson has urged Jamaicans not to panic, saying the situation does not pose a morbidity or mortality threat to the public. He also reiterated that the Bureau did not have the legal authority to publish the names of the offending tissue brands, but pointed out that there were options for the consuming public.
Presently, we have published over 20 odd brands that, in fact, we have already evaluated and assessed. And so the public has over 20 odd brands.
Among the list of 24 tissue brands that have passed BSJ's preliminary microbiological tests are 6 from the United States, 2 from China, and 16 from Jamaica. 5 hand towel brands have also passed the tests. The Transport Authority is to take over the operation of transport centres across the island, which are now run by parish councils. Transport, Works and Housing Minister Dr. Omar Davies gave that directive earlier this week as part of measures to alleviate the plight of taxi operators and other industry players. The directive followed a meeting with the minister and major groups representing taxi operators. Dr. Davies said the move was necessary to upgrade the centres to an appropriate standard to serve the public and the operators themselves. The change in operations management is to take place on a phased basis, starting with the Oterius and Morant Bay transport centres, and the Transport Authority is to have further dialogue with local government authorities on the strategic way forward. Meanwhile, road users will benefit from research on driver behavior, the economic and social impact of crashes, and material analysis of road construction. The University of the West Indies is conducting the research to help inform and enact road safety policies. Speaking at a roundtable discussion on Tuesday, Director of the Mona Geoinformatics Institute, Dr. Paris Liawai, said the institution wanted to provide evidence-based intervention analysis.
So here at university, we hope to set up a regional road safety center that would look at data analysis, policy development, bring our research capacity to bear.
Also taking part in the discussion was His Royal Highness Prince Michael of Kent, Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council Dr. Lucian Jones, and other stakeholders. When Jamaica's 800-plus student athletes participate in this year's PENN Relays in Philadelphia, they will do so with the Jamaican flag officially flying in the stadium. A decision taken in 2012 to have the Jamaican flag flown at the relays takes effect at this year's games from April 25 to 27. Jamaica is the only country to be so honored, and the decision was taken in recognition of the country's 50th anniversary of independence and Jamaica's nearly 5 decades of contribution to the relay festival. Meanwhile, this year's athletes were treated to a send-off luncheon on Monday by Grace Kennedy, which is providing $12 million to support the athletes at the games. And finally, Clarendon and Portland residents can access free eye care screenings this week and early in May under the Jamaica-Cuba Eye Care program. Health professionals will screen persons for cataracts, diabetic retinopathy, and pterygium, a fleshy growth on the eye. Eye screenings began in Clarendon on April 15 and will continue on Friday. Screenings will also be done at 5 health centers in Portland from May 6 to 10. Persons need to visit the health centers prior to the screening dates to pre-register. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Samantha Allen. Thanks for watching.